Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this edition of Nuggets of Wisdom. My name is Empress Pamela, and in this series, I've been sharing notes from journals, notebooks that I've collected over the years, writing down basically nuggets of wisdom that I've acquired through webinars, books I've read, free content, courses I've taken, spiritual development, personal development, things like that. You can check out, I don't know how many videos I have now on the playlist of Nuggets of Wisdom, but it's probably over 100, I would say. I'll have to take a look today. You're looking at a piece of original art. I've been using my original art as a background for another playlist that I have, a series called Buzz Buckingham, which is the name of a blog that I started more than 15 years ago, and I spent the last 2 months, so maybe it didn't even take me that long, maybe May, June. I'm recording this on June 20th, 2025, the day before my 60th birthday, which is just kind of hitting me. It's the first day of summer, my favorite day, summer solstice, longest day of the year. Lots of good things today, but wow, this is pretty. So, as I'm looking at all my original artwork that I created over the last probably 10 years, I guess. Yesterday, I did this one. I just want to show, because I was like, man, I got to get back to that because I really enjoy it. So it's part of the sacred geometry, and I did this one yesterday. It's a toroidal shape, if you can see. I did that, and then I'm going to do another one. So what's the purpose? Well, if you stare at the middle, it's supposed to help you meditate. I'm going to do another one probably this weekend with using different colors, probably the same shape, but utilizing more of the yellow, orange, brown. I think pink is part of that. Whatever I have left in my magic marker. One of my sons bought me a beautiful case that included probably about 100 different colors of magic markers. Actually, he probably bought it for me a couple of birthdays ago. Not too many. A couple of years ago. So yeah, I'm working on that. And it really is like when you get back to your creativity, whether it's writing, music, poetry, even cooking is very creative. It's so healing. It is so healing. It gets you grounded, makes you feel more like yourself. It's like a piece of love. It's an act of love. You know, the love languages. Mine is quality time. So I spent quality time with myself. But also there's acts of service and words, I guess. And what was the other one? Gifts. And then physical touch or something like that. Anyway. Why am I going on this? But anyway, today I want to share more notes. So I'm down to the last inch and a half of notes that I have. I'll just give you a quick show. So I have a bundle of paper. But today we're talking about, or I'm going to share with you, the notes that I took on manifestation. I do have a playlist called Manifesting a Winning Lottery Ticket. So that's more fun. Well, I only show the ones that I win on, really, for the most part. 99% of the time, you'll find a video like that. But I think I'm just going to include tips for manifestation on this Nuggets of Wisdom playlist. Okay, this is so tangent-filled, but that's okay. There's a reason for it. So, this in 2019, I wrote a mantra right before the heading of manifestation, but I like this mantra. So, let me share this with you. And oh my god, this whole meandering intro that I just went through makes sense, I think. The mantra is, I love myself. I release myself from judgment. I embrace all that I am. I am one with the universe. Wow, that's kind of what I was trying to explain when you are in creative mode, right? I love that. I might include a separate quick video under my affirmations just to share that. I think it's very powerful. So, manifestation. God is my unfailing supply, and large sums of money come to me quickly, under grace, in perfect ways. That sounds like Frances Scoville Shin. If you haven't heard of her or listened to any of her books, she's an early 20th century spiritualist from the new, I forgot what they called them. They're like new age people. Frances Scoville Shin. The Game of Life and How to Play It. That's one of her titles. Very much worth the listen. Okay. And we can manifest more than money. It's not only money, it's many things in life. And I think I've talked about, just as an example, there was a time period where I created a vision board many times, like year after year for a couple of years. I still did it. I think I did one. I didn't do one this year for 2025, but I did it maybe 2 years ago. Anyway, I came across a couple of my old vision boards, and sure enough, this is an example. Sure enough, I had a picture of a really cute kitty cat. And wouldn't you know, I'm like, holy shit. I go, this cat looks almost identical to our current love in our lives, Pikachu. Now, Pikachu has her own playlist. She's just adorable. She's a mix of like Tabby, Maine Coon, and whatever. What happened was, like, I think we got her in December of 2021, like 2 weeks before I was diagnosed with cancer. And my God, she was the gift, not only to me in my healing, but my husband, because my husband and I have had a very strained relationship after 30 years. When you go through a spiritual awakening, this is before the cancer diagnosis, but spiritual awakening really tests your relationships. When your energy changes and you have now ascending to higher vibrations, and the lower vibration, whether they're people, activities, they just don't resonate anymore. And what does that mean? Well, say, just as an example, alcohol, smoking, things like that. Sex just for the physical pleasure of it, not the love part of it. Anyway, things like that. They're lower vibration. They're like, they don't come from the heart. They come from the loins. Let's just say. Anyway, oh my God, this is a crazy video, but I'm gonna post this anyway because this is crazy. This is a roller coaster ride. Anyway, when your energy changes, it puts a strain on your relationships. And this beautiful kitten, who actually, she had a couple little medical things. We got her when maybe she was 10 or 12 weeks old. You can look at some of the early videos on her playlist when she was a kitten. And so we nursed her back to health, and she nursed our family back to health. So my husband and I think it opened his heart chakra, and really that's his source of unconditional love. When he doesn't get love or attention from me or my boys, She is always there. They're just like two peas in a pod. She's the granddaughter that he hasn't had yet. Let's just say I'm not going to close the door on that. Um, and my two sons, who are adult children, but they live at home because I'm not going to make my kids live in a dire straits because it's so unaffordable right now for young people with their student loans and just all this bullshit. Anyway, we're all at home. And it really, I mean, my younger son, he's very much an animal lover. And his cat, we had her at the time. Since passed away. She was an older cat, Chloe. She was like his guardian. So Nicholas and Chloe kept guard and protected him throughout his growing up years. And even Justin, my older one, who he's like a take it or leave it kind of animal. It's not that he doesn't like animals, it's just he's okay, right? But even Pikachu opened up his heart chakra. Like when he walks in from work or whatever, he walks in the house, one of the first things he goes, "Where's Pikachu?" And just he goes and gives her kisses. And it's so beautiful to see the effect, the healing effect of a beautiful, innocent animal, a pet. Just, it's just amazing. So, yeah, I have 3 men in my house, and it's amazing to see their hearts open and their walls crumble down just to give her love, to reciprocate and enjoy the feeling of unconditional love. Okay, that was a huge tangent. Let's get back to manifestation. And I feel like I'm going to post this either today or on my birthday because it kind of gives you an update of what's going on. Anyway, law of attraction. Number 1, the clearer you are about what you want, the faster it comes. Number 2, visualization, vision board. I just talked about the power of a vision board, even like so. Here I go again, 25, 26. So we'll be here. We moved down to North Carolina 26 years ago in 1999. And I had come across something I wrote previous to that, before we even moved or anything. And I had outlined, I think it wasn't even a vision board, it was just like a notebook that I came across. And I wrote down the things that I wanted in a house or the neighborhood or the environment that I wanted to raise my kids. And it was crazy to read it back 26 years later to see how much of that came to fruition. So you don't have to go all out. It's good to get the vision board. There's so many things that I've manifested from vision boards. That when, I kept it and going back later. I mean, I did this when I was going through the really trying times of my spiritual awakening. I destroyed, I don't know how many vision boards, at least 2 vision boards. And then I had a whole wall of artwork and I destroyed that. I went kind of berserk one day and did that. So I don't have every vision board that I ever created. But anyway, everything happens for a reason. And it was very cathartic, by the way. Number 3, saying, this is in quotes, "I want this or better." So one of the tarot readers that I've been following, Minnow Pond is the name of the channel. His name is Chris Reck, Reck. He talks about writing things down in 3s, I believe saying it as part of his manifestation. And it's, "I want this or better," including or better. Like, when you say, "I want to win $1 million from the lottery," or whatever. You don't want to just limit yourself to $1 million. You say, or better. Okay, number 4, relaxation, mastery, enter greater state of heightened awareness in manifestation. Yeah, don't get tense over it. Just put it out in the universe, say it, believe it, like the intention has to be pure, and then let it go. That's the thing we harbor over and over. Why didn't I win? I said I wanted it, blah, blah, blah. And that holds up the actual purity of the manifestation, I think. Number 5, release. Witness and be curious about inner blocks. Well, like I said, I've manifested my cat, I've manifested trips. When it comes down to me, and believe me, I'm putting out the request for winning financial freedom, let's just say. And I have blocks. I'm working on identifying or figuring out how to overcome the financial blocks. And a lot of it's about programming. It could be an ancestral, generational curse. I feel more in line with that theory sometimes. So breaking that down's a little bit more challenging. Number 6, attract what you expect. So the way I see that is understanding how you feel about yourself in your solar plexus, your worthiness. Do you feel you're worthy of everything that you put on your vision board? Really at the core, you know? Number 7, reflect what you desire. So you want a big lifestyle, you want to live in a mansion. Well, maybe you don't have the means to buy the mansion, but you could start looking online at where you want to live, the kind of house you want to live in. If it's a physical transformation, or you're adopting a new, I want to say, minimalist lifestyle, or a more mature, or a different style, like you're recreating yourself, as an example, rather than to complicate it or be vague. For some reason, well, I don't know, there's a reason, of course. So when I was really in my depths of despair and depression, the majority of my closet was filled with black clothing. Not only because it represented my mood and depression, but it was to cover my fatness, my obesity, which we all know. Hey, we know what you're hiding under there. We're not that stupid, right? Black can only do so much to hide the reality. But as I'm becoming more and more healed on my journey and more in love with myself and life and nature, my closet, let's just say. How does my closet look now? Well, it's minimalist, it's comfortable, it's casual, but it's not, I don't want to say it's classy because they still wear trashy clothes, kind of. But I would say 40%, maybe even 50% of my wardrobe is now white or beige or off-white, and very few colors. Like, I've figured out what colors are complementary to me. Like, I am done trying to wear red, which I don't like the color red. I don't even like it. It doesn't look good on me. I don't feel good in it. Yellow, even though I like this like peach color and orange, it's not really good on my skin tone. I have cool color skin tones. So the colors I really have are, like I said, white, beige, like a silver gray, blues, some greens, some very few purples, and very few blacks. Just some core black pieces. Anyway, so reflect what I desire. Yeah, I desire to be a more peaceful, loving, happier human being. And I feel like my wardrobe reflects that. Number 8, become what you respect. I almost feel like hang around the people that inspire you. That whole thing about you're the sum of the 5 people you hang out with. Number 9, mirror what you admire. Yes. It's almost like those really heavy duty chicks that are into Pinterest and they want to create their capsule wardrobe and they have all the pictures of the things they like. There is some manifestation going on there, just so you know. Number 10, ask, believe, receive. Yeah, you have to ask and believe that you're worthy of receiving it. I think that's key. Number 11, the energy you put into the universe will come back to you. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Be careful of your words, your actions, and the potential of karma. That's just me talking. Number 12, visualization. Who's really good at her? I could see her in my face. I could see her in my vision. Haha, I can visualize her. Oh my God, Reagan Hillier. Regan, Reagan Hillier, Hillyer. I have a nugget of wisdom on a course I took with her, but she's really good. Visualization. Number 13, scripting. That's what I was talking about with Chris Reck at Minnow Pond. He does the scripting. Believes in writing what you want to manifest. Number 14, guided meditation. I like there was a channel that I was doing on YouTube when I first started learning how to meditate, and it was 10-minute guided meditations. Those are really good for beginner type of people. If you are a beginner at meditation, those are very manageable and very helpful. Really good. And number 15, acting as if. So you want to be a rich, wealthy woman with a chic wardrobe, then maybe start, acquiring some pieces or hanging out at the places that someone of that caliber where they would go. Number 16, vision board. I already told you the power of a vision board is amazing. Even words, pictures, sayings, whatever kind of resonates with you. I would say look through a couple of your magazines if there are words that stick out to you, that are inspiring. Maybe there's a font or a style or a picture, something like that. It could be something you receive in the mail, like your AAA book that has like places around the world. Maybe there's somewhere you want to travel. I used to cut out pictures from there or names of places. So that's the vision board. Number 17, affirmations. I have a whole I have a whole playlist of affirmations. Number 18, subliminals. Music, affirmations, maybe there's a mixture of that. YouTube is such a great vehicle for some of these things. And I think it's Thomas Mack, M-A-C-K, who offers really sensual, like subliminals, I want to say. Number 19, feel the feelings. What would it feel like to be the winner of the lottery? What would it feel like to live in a safe environment in your ideal place? What would it feel like to be able to help others in need? That kind of thing. Number 20, 17-second rule, Abraham Hicks. Okay, look that up because I don't know off the top of my head what that is. Here's some tips until the video runs out. Let me see. A gratitude list, grateful throughout the day. I say it's important to journal and try your best to establish that habit and say, just recognize all the things that went well in your day, that you appreciate. People, things, whatever it is that really give you that positive feeling, the high vibration, a little dose of happiness, even if it's like, I'm so happy I was able to have my favorite piece of carrot cake or something like that. I don't know. And write it down. Number 2, present tense. I am. That's important. I am the winner of the Powerball lottery on June 21st, 2025. Number 3, act as if you are what you want to be. So if you want to be a person of a certain caliber or whatever, you want to be an artist, start being an artist. Do it. Don't just say it. I mean, saying it's important, but you have to have an action too. Vision, dream board, we talked about that. We talked about visualization. We talked about guided meditation, positive affirmations. Number 8, 432 hertz music. You can Google that, look that up on YouTube. That puts you in the right frame of mind or vibration. Number 9, self-love, positive things you love about yourself. Yeah. Gosh, I love my artwork. I love my appreciation for color. I love the way I write. I found my blog, Buzz Buckingham, and I'm like, holy shit, I can't believe I wrote some of this stuff. I'm like, damn, I am a good writer. This is how it took me 60 fucking years to really figure out the key is to love and appreciate yourself. All your skills, gifts, talents, interests, foibles, even your shadow side. Gotta love it. Number 10, get specific. One thing. Okay. Maybe that would be more helpful. Just concentrate on one thing you want to manifest rather than the whole Christmas list, the whole kit and caboodle. Number 11, feel happy and grateful now. Like, don't put your happiness on the back burner. That's part of the great gratitude list. Appreciate the here and now, the present. What went well today? What is going well for you? Number 11, feel happy and grateful now. Okay, number 12, act as if. We talked about it. And number 13, let go of desire. I think this is the key. You know, I've heard whatever. I've watched different people. I think Rhonda Byrne, The Secret, all that kind of stuff. Don't hammer it down. I mean, I think it's, you put it in the universe once and then you let it go. You surrender. You almost say what will be, will be. You let life happen. Again, as an example, here I am creating a vision board, whenever it was, 5 years, 10 years ago, probably 10 years ago. And then I find this thing and I look back and I'm like, oh my God, I actually did manifest that. I kind of put it into the universe and then life happened. And then I look back and I'm like, I really did manifest that. Also with the cat thing with Pikachu, not only did I have a something on my vision board about a cat that looks exactly like her, my husband had gotten me one of those warm blankets, and on the blanket is the cat that actually looks like her as well. So it's almost like surrounding myself with visions of her, and then she appeared at the right time. She appeared 2 weeks before I was diagnosed with cancer and healed our entire family. On that note, I love you. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to you. Have a great summer, and I'll talk to you soon.